Tonight. Come on.
We bring our praise, we bring our best. The tithe, the harvest, every test. The windows of heaven open wide. The glory fall, the fire won't hide.
Come on.
Good Thursday morning. Welcome back to God, Family, and Country. I am your host, Tim Beard.
I'm Ken Morse.
How are you?
I'm good.
It was a warm day, finally.
It was, and I didn't get to enjoy any of it.
No?
I was in a classroom from 7 a.m. till, 5-something, 5:15, 5:20.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Was it an interesting class?
Not that interesting. A lot of abatement stuff, so yeah. Nothing interesting to me. I did learn a lot of things, but...
I don't think it's interesting to anyone.
Yeah. I'm just not a classroom type person anyways.
No.
Sitting there taking notes and...
So I always remember when you have to do your septic renewal, which is every 2 years, and so you just need continuing ed.
Yes. So
you need your credits for that. And it was ours the same thing. We'd all rushed. We were all last minute. One of the downsides is the state doesn't provide enough classes.
Okay.
I mean, if you have continuing ed as a requirement, you should give us ample amount of opportunities every year for that.
Right.
And they don't. They're horrible at it. I mean, it's horrible. I actually, when I had sold my business to my brother and walked away, I let my license expire, which is not a huge deal. I just have to go redo the class, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, when I had signed up for the class, so it's like $75, but they said, well, it's kind of filling up fast and we're not sure if you even have a seat, which I was like, all right, I mean, that's dumb, and maybe have another class. Like,
right.
What are you doing down there? Like, come on. However, they're like, you won't get your money back, though. So wait, now I've got a $75 gamble that I might get in the class, and if not, you're keeping my money?
Come on.
So I didn't do it, which at some point I need to, but I don't do a lot of septic installations like from scratch.
Right.
There's not a lot of money in it, and everybody and their brother does them.
Right.
So, I go spend a week or two putting a septic system and make, what I would in, a week doing other job. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't, and everyone does it.
Right.
And the reality is you can't say, like my buddy Jeff Starcher, he does them, right? And I've done them, and Adam Howard, all these guys I know that do them, okay? Well, at the end of the day, you really can't compare, like, say, well, Jeff's isn't as good as so-and-so's, or so-and-so's isn't as good as Jeff's, because the reality is you have to put it in exactly according to the plan.
Yes.
So...
has to be a certain size tank.
Yes. I mean, it really is an apple-to-apple comparison.
Yes, receiver box. Oh,
So it's going to come down on personality, who they are, how quickly they can get out there. obviously, I mean, Jeff does great work. I've seen some of the stuff, and there's a lot of times I've got customers like, hey, I need a full septic system. All right, I'll just like call Jeff. He can do it for you. Like tanks and stuff like that. Yeah, I do that all the time. But
Right.
and I also don't have a full size dump truck excavator. Like I'm not set up so much for like excavation work right now.
Okay.
At some point, like that's the goal, like to expand a little bit into that because it would be nice. I mean, I've done a lot of jobs where I'm like, man, I wish I just had a regular sized dump truck that we could haul out material and haul in material. I got my 1-ton dump, and this has worked for 20 years, but I can tell you there's days where I'm like, man, I wish I had all this stuff. Yeah, so the whole class thing, like, so you'd go, and it was always funny because Eric Polario used to rent from, he was always in the classes with me and all these guys were same deal. Like
Right.
it was like the group of people that every 2 years you'd see because we're all rushing to
Get it
in
done.
last minute kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they never offered that many classes. Like you think you could do online classes now? And first of all, the classes are dumb, dude. I've done the same class twice just because it's part of a continuing. It was like glacier formations and rocks and all. For a designer, that might be something that's valuable information.
Right.
For an installer, there's no valuable information.
I get that.
But the
right.
state doesn't care. It's just
is an overall.
yeah, it's all just to satisfy someone's desire to make this happen.
Right.
But there's no actual learning really involved with it. So, and I don't know if it's changed at all. I haven't looked into it in like a year, but I highly doubt it.
Right.
Like if you're going to require continuing education, then why don't you actually have stuff that's changing every year, not just the same thing every single time.
Right.
And then, why don't you have more? You need more opportunities.
Right.
I mean, there's thousands of people in this state that are licensed designers and installers.
Right.
And so we all need classes
Yes.
because we all have the same requirements.
Sounds like opportunity to me.
Yeah. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. So I just gave up. So I was just like, yeah, I don't need it. So in Vermont, there's no designer in Vermont. It's an engineer,
Right.
which makes it more expensive.
Yes.
It's
Vermont.
at least double the price.
Absolutely. Yep.
But the bright side is, I've used Chris at Hog Hill Design before. So I can put this, you don't need to be a licensed installer.
Okay.
So you go, I'll put the system in. He inspects. He does everything. So sometimes I can send him pictures. Sometimes he comes out and physically looks at things. It's all through that engineer,
Right.
which I do like that because it's easier if things come up that like, hey, we dug in here and we found something that's a little
Right.
little weird. It's easy to make changes. In New Hampshire, if that happens, you have to then send it back to the state for an
Yes.
amendment. Now they do. When I first started doing this work, they mailed it and then mailed it back, and holy, that was a process. That was usually like a 2-week turnaround.
Right.
Now everything's online.
Yeah. Wait.
Sometimes same day.
Right.
Like boom, approved, good. So they have improved some stuff, but
Okay.
crazy. Like
Now in New Hampshire, you need a surveyor, though, right?
no, you just need a designer that's a licensed designer.
Okay.
Through the state of New Hampshire.
Okay. Because I'm thinking about building a garage with an apartment above it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need another septic for that.
Yep.
I believe, and I was told I had to get a land surveyor to write it off.
No.
Okay, interesting.
So
'Cause I know Don Dombowski. I can't.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's a surveyor.
Yes,
I think-
he does. So he did my Uncle Daryl's
Yep.
septic design and everything.
Yes, he does that as well.
So I was just under the assumption.
Yeah, so Tom Dombrowski, he does all that stuff.
Yes.
He does surveying, boundaries.
Yes.
He does all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
You don't have to be that involved in it, right?
Okay.
So he obviously specializes in what he does. He's more like that engineer.
Okay.
Because he's really good with boundaries and those things. Where, like, I use John Downing, JD Excavating, for my design. And so John is a designer, so certified by the state of New Hampshire.
Yeah.
He has the same equipment. He's got, like, a total station. He's got all these cool things, right?
Yeah.
And I've used him for years. He's amazing, too. But so you don't have to go that far. You
Right.
can. I mean, I know
Right.
many people use
Okay.
John or Dombrowski, Tom there.
Yeah. So, or do I have the option to just add on to my existing septic? Like maybe put in a bigger tank, or
It would just depend on what your system was designed for. So, like, if your system was designed for a 2-bedroom house, no. if your system was designed for like a 6-bedroom house, but you only have like 3 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms in your house.
At that point, I could just build the garage. I know that,
Right.
Because that's what happened with Daryl. His septic was bigger than what his house plan was.
Yep.
And the garage was a 1-bedroom apartment.
Right.
So it spaced
Just
off
adds a 2nd bedroom.
basically
Yes,
another bedroom.
or another
on.
bedroom, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So because I'm trying to figure this out in the next, because I'm going to move into that for a short time and tear my house down
Gotcha.
and rebuild a new house with a full basement foundation type thing.
Yeah.
Because what I have now, the house is falling down.
Yeah.
And like, so
Dude owns all these houses and lives one that's falling down.
yeah, I hear this a lot.
But those houses make me money. This one doesn't. So
So yeah, I'm really doing it for Tara because she's like the last 5 years has put up with it because she had a really nice, big, fancy house, right? And I took that away from her because it was dumb, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
we put her in this really crappy little house.
and you realize your wife was right, and it's time to go back.
Well, no, she wasn't right because the big fancy house made me house broke.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Like it was that, like it had the dining room, the family room, the guest room, tile bathrooms, 12-foot ceilings, beautiful kitchen. Like it had all the stuff. 2 ways to go upstairs. Like it's next to the mayor's house.
Sounds like Towers, right?
Yeah. Well, if I could have took that house and moved it to this spot,
Yeah.
perfect world. But we're spending like $8,000 a month on this place with mortgage and
Oof,
taxes.
okay, maybe not so right.
You know what I mean? And I'm like,
Where was it in Claremont?
Claremont in the
Yeah.
Bluff
Oh,
area next
there
to
you
right
go.
next, yeah.
Yeah, that
So
taxes. Oof.
that the tax alone, like
Uh-huh.
$13K or something a year. Like you're talking over $1,000 a month just in taxes, and then the mortgage. Like I said, it was a beautiful house,
Yeah.
but it wasn't. We lived there 2 years, and it was when things were going crazy with the real estate, anyways. So
Yeah.
we basically lived there for free. But after we sold it, we got all of our money back.
Yeah.
So I just wanted this place because it was super cheap and it had this land and it's out in the middle of, and we had to get our kids out of the Claremont school. Not dissing on Claremont that much,
Yeah.
but yeah. So
is what it
you
is.
know, so I just at some point I have to, like I've done things. I redid the whole bathroom and but
Well,
it's-
don't do any more because if you're gonna tear it down,
that's what I told her. There's like a line there, but now we're about to foster a couple kids, so it's
Nice.
time to figure this out. Make
sounds like it's time to make your wife happy and get
Yeah.
a nicer house.
yes.
Because
That-
either way, you're gonna go broke. If you're not, if your wife's not happy, you're gonna go very broke.
Yes.
If your wife's happy, you might go a little more broke, but
Right.
happy wife, happy life.
Yeah. Happy spouse, happy house is what I like.
I like that better. Yes, it's
But-
very true. Takes both.
but
Yes.
I mean, she's been pretty dang good about it. She really has. Like we haven't even had a bedroom door.
Oh, I know all these things.
You know, a sheet hanging up
Yeah,
over the bedroom door.
That was our bathroom for a while.
And people come to my house. They're like, "It's like, yeah, I know. I'm like that." There is a door now because she should have one.
Yeah, it's kind of important. No, I hear you. Like we don't have any mortgage on our place,
I love what you did.
which that's just because, like, so I had a mortgage on the land.
I actually recommend what you did to people at my work all the time. I think it's super smart.
It is, just, like I'm good at a lot of things. I'm really good at tearing things apart. I can tell you that right now.
You're right.
There's not many people that can beat me on that.
Okay.
It's putting stuff back together. Like I'm good at sewer and drain. I'm good at like the plumbing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm good at I'm pretty good at electrical, those things. I'm good at building walls, those like I'm not good at sheetrock.
Right.
I don't like painting, and I'm not any sort of finished carpenter to any stretch of the imagination.
Right.
So those are the things that my house needs the most, right?
Right.
Because that's I'm just not. My wife's better at sheetrock than I am, and I'll admit it. Like she's good at it.
Yep.
Have at it. You like doing it. She likes to paint, or she does it. She don't necessarily like it, but she doesn't complain.
She
about
doesn't mind it either.
She doesn't mind it.
Right. I got you.
I don't like painting. Like
Right.
it's everywhere. I'm just not good at it. Just do what you're good at, right?
Right.
So I don't like
I
it.
get
But
it.
so yeah, we did. We got this like roached out double wide for like cheap money. We brought it here and then just completely like the only thing that's original is basically the skeleton part of it.
Right.
Everything else we replaced,
That's
updated.
that's part of what I like that you did. You made it your own.
Yeah.
Like I was like, that's so smart. Like
Yeah, it took. I mean, I was working from 7 a.m. to almost midnight,
Yep.
all summer, all up until like December. I had to be in here. Like it was.
I mean, there is a cost to this stuff.
There is.
Yes.
I mean, sure, it would have been great to buy a home and walk in and then just like we're home and it's done, perfect, beautiful.
Right, but then now you got a 20, 30 year mortgage
Yeah,
on the
exactly.
other
So
side. Right.
that was the trade-off to make this
Yep,
work. You know,
absolutely.
Although I did look at my tax bill the other day and I was like, maybe it is time to move out of Newport. Like, so the taxes now are like $6,200, which for what I have here is a lot because what I went from. So in 24, I had it was like 4,800. It went up $1,200.
Yeah.
And I did the math, and I'm like, so my land value went up 50,000, which I don't quite get, but my buildings went up 16, which isn't terrible. So I was like, wait, at $4 per thousand increase would be like $600. So and I know the taxes didn't go up $8 without the people in this town would have lost their crap. Like,
Oh, yeah.
so I need to call because something's not right.
Right.
And then at some point, first of all, your assessments are done every 5 years. So I don't know, like randomly the town sends out assessors and the house isn't finished yet. And so we weren't home. One of my kids was here and the assessors here like, oh, we want to look in your house. And we're like, get off our property. We're like, you're not going to my house no matter what.
Right.
Because it's none of your damn business.
Yep.
And the other thing is like, we're not even home. So that lady writes on the thing that the son said that everything was finished. Yeah, I don't think so.
And who cares what the son says? You don't live here.
Right. The son? No, I think it was the son who lived there, but he wasn't even 18 years old yet.
I mean, not that you don't live here.
But right, he doesn't own the house.
That,
I know what he's saying. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know if, but still, what the value went up on numbers,
Yeah.
it doesn't equal. And so I was like, well, maybe it is time. Because I'm like, if we lived in Sunapee, the taxes in Sunapee are really low.
They are
because they have the lake.
They have the lake.
And so I get how this works and why it works.
Yeah.
But my property touches Sunapee. So if I had a little bit further that way and my house is there,
Right.
the property taxes would be like probably half.
Right. Exactly.
So it's hard to like rationalize these things, right?
Yes.
Like, why do I stay? Why do you stay in Newport? Why do you stay in Claremont? Why any of these things?
Right.
And here's the thing. I believe it said the tax rate in Newport, and just like I said, I'm not 100% sure. So if you hear this and you're like, he's wrong. Okay, I'm not 100% sure.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure the tax rate now is $28 per thousand.
Okay.
When the assessment was done, it was $32. So we're almost back to that level in like 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, and I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. So now you're just paying way more in taxes.
Like when Claremont did their thing, saying like, well, we have to actually lower it, but we can't raise it because the budget's already set.
That's a lie. I'm telling you, man.
And I was like, who cares? In 3 or 4 years when the budget's not set, nothing's stopping you to bring it right back up to where it was.
Think about it. They say that, right?
Yes.
They say, no, when you do a reassessment, they still collect the exact same amount of taxes,
Right.
but then they divide that, so they lower that rate, right?
Right.
So if the values go way up and the rate goes way down, it offsets, correct?
Yes.
Which I agree. On paper, that does offset. However, when I know so many people in towns, taxes like doubled or close to that, yet I don't know that amount of people that property value dropped so that the amount of taxes they paid in were like half of what they were paying. There's no way. I'm telling you, like, they should audit these towns, like, and I'm talking like penny by penny to see how that works. Because if everyone's tax, like my buddy's taxes went up like $3,000
Right.
when they did the reassessment. So you're going to tell me there's someone else out there that lost $3,000 out of it?
Yeah, no.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Because they had said everything with a bed in it went way up, and commercial property actually went down a little bit. Okay, that went down a little bit. That went way up. Then how come everyone I know's taxes went way up
Right.
when you said you collect the same amount of taxes no matter what because the budget's set?
Right.
Then where's that other money going? Good question, isn't it?
It sure is, and
Yeah.
we know how that works.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's a problem. That's why I'm with you with not having to pay tax. I think it's crazy to pay taxes because it's just covering way more than what it's actually covering. Like,
Well, think about property taxes in general, okay? So you bought your house.
yes,
It's yours. Is it? No, it's not yours because if it was mine, I wouldn't have to pay anyone for it anymore.
Right.
Once I bought it from whoever sold it to me,
Yeah.
I own it.
Yes.
As long as I have a loan on, it's mine.
But a lot of elderly people lose their homes just based on the taxes.
Yes. Spend your whole life working.
Yes.
Lose your property when you retire.
Yep.
Because you can't afford it anymore.
Right, because when you have $10,000 tax bill every year,
10,000.
when you're on a fixed income,
Yeah.
right? You bought that house 70 years ago.
Yep.
Right? You weren't expecting to have to pay that much at
But
the
have you
end.
seen some of the things that the Democrats have tried to do? This isn't like a brand new thing. This is maybe a year ago or so. They want to pass a law, and this is like a nationwide thing, I believe. I don't think it wasn't local to this state.
Okay.
So they want to pass a law that, say your grandmother bought the house for $13,000 back in 1966.
Yeah.
And now it's worth, $400,000.
Right.
She needs to pay capital gains on the difference, even if they don't sell it.
No way.
They were floating that bill around.
That's robbery.
You think?
Like, that's just wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing it with the stocks now. They've done the same thing with the stocks now. Every time it goes up, they wanted to charge you capital gains.
Correct.
But then when it goes back, because stocks do that, they always end up higher. But like every time you get a bump, you're going to pay on that.
Right.
No one's going to invest.
No. And then
Why?
When it drops, you get your money back. Of course not.
Right. So Florida is right now writing a bill so that no income tax, no property tax.
Yes, and I hope every state follows that.
Like, I don't know how they come up with that lost revenue, but
I
they're
don't know yet either,
but they're
yes.
doing it exactly for the reason I just talked about. So when the elderly retire there,
Right.
they're not having to worry about their homes getting taken away.
Right. And I think maybe Trump said something about it, or maybe it is the one in Florida, but it was either DeSantis or Trump said that it's only going to work on your first home. Like if you've got multiple homes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Which
Like if
I support that fully.
Me too. Like if I have investment properties,
Right.
I should absolutely have to pay.
Right.
But if
it's a business at that point.
yes, I agree.
That's kind of what's happening in this area, especially.
I like that. Yeah,
The Airbnb stuff. So and I'm on the fence on this, right?
I know.
Because I'm very pro Airbnb.
Yes.
Because I use them everywhere. I use them in Dominican.
Right.
I use them next week when I'm in South Carolina.
Right.
I use them everywhere.
If you were living in the South, you want to come up here and ski Sunapee for a week.
Yes.
You would want to use an Airbnb because it's better than.
Yes.
Yep.
The problem has been then people with money come in and buy the places,
Right.
so that this inventory of houses up here for other people to buy it just doesn't exist.
Right. Okay.
And then they rent it,
Yep.
and then now it's a business, but there's no increase in revenue.
Right.
So that person could be making, say they got between their mortgage and everything, taxes, all that. Say they
20 to 30,000 a year.
yes,
I know the number.
yes.
Yeah, per house.
Yet the state of New Hampshire doesn't get any revenue out of that.
Yes, they do.
Yeah?
We have to pay the same taxes hotels and campgrounds have to pay.
But it has to be, you have to do it more than 6 months or something, right?
Yeah, if you're doing it full time. I believe there's a income level to it. So it might equal 6 months. But yeah, so I have to pay room and board tax on my short-term rentals in New Hampshire.
Because I think there's a thing. I think there's something.
It's like
in there.
8%, 9%.
Yeah,
something
which
that.
is a typical thing.
Yeah.
But I think there was something in there where, like you said, full time. Which I agree, yeah, full time. But what happens is people that don't live around here, they come up on the weekends here and there.
Right. Well, they changed the law too very recently, and so now, because what happened was people are complaining about these places taking away housing for the locals,
Yeah.
which it does to an extent.
Yes.
But the problem is these hedge funds come in and buy up these properties because they realize real estate's way more lucrative than stocks.
Yes.
Right? In so many ways. So now any cash buyer who buys a place cash, because that's what the hedge funds do, they just buy it, they have to be on the hedge funds aren't allowed to buy houses anymore. And how they figure out if they do, if you went to buy a house down the road for cash, you would have to wait 60 days so they could verify where your cash came from.
Interesting.
So it catches that in the act, right?
Yeah, because that's the biggest issue that we've had.
Right. But then you have smart people,
Yeah.
because then there's loopholes. So instead they transfer, so they know what they're going to come in the area and buy up 10 houses. They'll transfer the money into a single person's account, blah, blah, blah. And it has to, after 6 months, there's no record of where the money came from per se. You know what I mean? They only go back,
Gotcha.
the banks only go back and look so far, and then they go and do the buy. So it's just
Yeah.
But it does make it more risky because the market turns upside down in those 6 months.
Very true. Very true.
Right? Like, at least it makes them at risk. So,
Yeah, it's great. And I'm very much like about freedom and property rights, and I don't feel like the government has a right to tell you
Right.
many things that.
if you put up the money,
Right.
and of course, I'm a real estate investor,
Yeah.
so I'm a little biased.
Right.
But I feel like I should be able to do anything I want to my property as long as it's not detrimental to the town or the citizens.
Yeah, see, I would agree with that. I think if you took out the hedge fund people,
There would be enough housing.
then it wouldn't be so bad.
I agree.
Because, people from Connecticut, New York, whatever, sure, there's many houses they have bought up here, but not at that level.
Right. Well, the reason they do it, same reason I do it, you buy a house here, you live in Connecticut, and you buy a house here in Sunapee, if you Airbnb it, and now it pays for itself, so you're not like having an extra mortgage, and you
Yes.
get to come stay here when
Correct.
you want
For free.
Like that same reason I did it.
Right, it's
And then
smart.
the house makes you $20,000 or $30,000 profit,
Right.
Right? Like,
It's funny. So I did a job for the guy on the lake last year. So we did a bunch of pipelining, and it was expensive job because it was a lot of lining, it was a lot of cleaning, it was a big thing. But he lives in Florida. Super nice guy, beautiful house. I spent like probably a week and a half there. It was a
wow,
big job.
big job, yeah.
So we were talking. He's like, "Yeah, I pay $52,000 a year in taxes."
Wow.
And what blew my mind is, yet he has no say in Sunapee because he's not a resident, so he can't vote, and he doesn't have
So I hate that. So actually, I was one of the people. So when COVID was going on, and everyone was trying to get away from the cities, coming up here to the secondary homes, and the people here were complaining. And I was like, wait a minute, why are you complaining? These guys are paying more taxes than you are in most cases. I feel like they have the right to be here.
like the people on the lake literally pay like the majority of the taxes.
That's
in
why you're right.
Sunapee.
Exactly.
Or New London or Newbury
Right,
or whatever.
right, exactly.
They're all the same scenario.
right.
Which is why those towns have done well with their tax rates and stuff, because they have the lake.
Yes.
So they have a massive asset
Right.
that's paying out all this money. But I just thought it was funny. I was like, no, yeah, sure, you shouldn't be able to be on boards because you aren't a resident. You shouldn't be able to be like that, but you should have some say.
Oh, absolutely.
The
You
amount of
pay-
money you pay in taxes?
Well, they're paying most of the taxes,
Yes.
right? Like, I agree.
Well, it's like a Bernie Sanders thing, right? Complains about the top
Well,
1%, yet the top 1% pays the majority of the
Well,
taxes.
I got buildings in Claremont. I have no vote, but I'm paying their high taxes.
You got no say at all.
Exactly.
So maybe like, okay, you can't vote in our election, but you can speak at our meetings, and you should have something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know if I couldn't speak it to me. I've never tried.
I don't know.
But
I think you could because you're property.
I'm like, I'm paying taxes. And I'm actually paying more than most people because it's more than one price. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm just saying I should have some say on what's going on.
These are the hard discussions because there's not necessarily like a right and wrong with it, and then it's hard, right? Because then you could throw a million arguments at me why they shouldn't have a say. Because,
I was just
you know.
thinking they would be like, well, are you really paying the taxes or are your tenants paying the taxes? And they're right.
Yes, I don't. Nah, see, I don't agree with that because I'm the property owner. I'm still paying it. Yeah, sure.
Right.
Am I getting it from the people paying rent?
Right.
Sure.
Right, but I'm also providing these people with a good home.
Right, yeah. I look at it more like, I can see where they could say, well, yeah, but if you have all these people come in town, they could change our whole town. They'd have nothing invested except for a piece of property that they visit.
Right.
So I get that point, too.
Right, that makes sense.
But at the same time, like, the dude's paying $52,000 a year.
I mean, he should have a little say.
You think?
Right.
Like, something.
And I'm sure a lot of those guys and girls do on the level of, hey, let me take the city, whoever's making decisions.
There's got to be something.
There's something there. There's got to be. I mean, I'm not on that. I only say that because a friend of mine who is probably the biggest investor in New Hampshire, I've seen him, I watched Claremont make the taxpayers pay for them tearing down one of his buildings that was a hazard. Right? Like, and I like the guy, but I don't respect that.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why
Pay
are
your
the
own
tax?
bills.
And I don't even like. Yeah, I mean, I do pay taxes there, but I don't. I just, it was crazy that, and it was like, I don't know, over $1 million to tear this big, huge brick building down, and the taxpayers ate it. The city decided to do it for them, and this guy has real
Not an
money.
issue.
Yeah, I could have done it, and it wouldn't even bothered him.
Yeah.
Like, he was gonna buy the apartment buildings that got built, the
Yeah.
old right here on Main or Newport on the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mill buildings,
He
yeah.
was one of the first people who was going to buy those, and he had $100,000 down payment in, and it didn't go through. The planning board, you were probably on that, but he didn't go through, and he lost that $100,000, and he just shrugged like he's like, "Yeah, that happens."
I know one of the ones there. The guy was gonna buy. Someone was gonna buy it, and then they found out who it was, and then said, "Nah, you know what? I want more money for the building."
Well, he was going to use the tax credit thing, low income housing at the time.
Oh, that's what they did there, though. Oh yeah.
So maybe he circled around and got it. I don't know if he is not or not right. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember the company's name at this point, but
Like, yeah, nah, he would have had his signs are outside all of his buildings.
yeah.
Right, so, but
This
yeah.
was a tax credit one, but this was also like workforce housing, which isn't a real thing. It's low income housing.
Yes,
Workforce just makes you feel better about it, so they can sell it to you.
right.
Like I remember in the meeting with Avenue Construction and their lawyers at one of those meetings. I think it was either planning or excuse me, it might have been zoning or was a selectman. I don't remember. But the lawyer literally said, he's like, yeah, before the state incentivized it, basically to bribe these towns, he's like, we never get any of these buildings coming into
Right.
towns.
Right.
And I'll never forget that. My buddy Steve won't. He probably can tell you the timeline in which it's on in the video because he was like, it stuck out so much. And I'm like, yep. And now Newport's the champion of housing. Yeah. And you've invited in so many problems into your town because you couldn't fill these places with local people because their income requirements are so out of whack.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing when you bring. Okay, we need a lot of housing. There is a shortage. I got that. But when Newport's doing it on a scale that
You know, here's the thing though. I gotta.
yeah.
So there's a shortage, right? Mm-hmm. Explain that to me. So are you telling me that there's 100,000 homeless people that don't have any place to live right now?
In the last 10 years, the homeless displacement rate now has risen 57%.
But what's the number though? Because 57% of 100 people isn't.
It's 57 people, right?
Right.
I get
Right.
that. So I don't know the actual number, but
Because I feel like the whole housing crisis is artificially made to start with.
I know it's thousands.
Yep. I
Okay.
just have a hard time believing there's thousands of people that we don't have a home anywhere. We surf on couches now I'm not saying they are displaced because they don't have money to afford one. That's a whole different thing.
So I can tell you just based on some of the people around that I know my whole life that a majority of the people that I grew up with that are haven't done anything in life.
Yep.
I don't want to put them down per se.
No, yeah.
But a majority of them are homeless now. I can think of 20 people off the top of my head right now.
Because they can't find a place?
Yeah, because they've reached out to me. Well, because they get kicked out of their place
For not paying rent?
or whatever
See,
reason,
that's different. That's not a shortage. That's a
and it's so hard to find another one.
But that's you not being a responsible adult. You didn't pay your bills to Ken, and so John down the road doesn't want to rent to you because you're not going to pay your bills.
So I agree with that. I will say this though: when I put a place,
instant.
I can't answer everybody because it's so many.
Yes.
And I can remember before I owned homes, which wasn't that long ago.
Right.
I could find apartments easy. Now that could be because I always pay my bills and pay my rent.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
But it's just, I don't know. It's something I'll have to look into.
I mean, I think I definitely could 100% agree that there's a shortage of rental places where if you want to, because let's face it, there's a lot of slumlords around here.
Oh,
that
bad.
you desperately want to get out of that place and into a nice place.
Right.
I agree all day long that there's not a lot of nice places that
I agree with that.
you can jump into that. I just have a hard time because when I was on the zoning board, there's these people come in and sell this to you all day long. And I'll look at them like, first of all, you're a business, and the goal of a business is to make money, and you would not be doing this for my favor, so that the town can benefit from your, gracing us with your presence. No, you came here to make money.
Well, that is right. That is the absolute truth.
Right.
Like I wouldn't do it if there was no money involved, right?
Because if you were here to help my town, you're
Right.
going to come in. You're not asking for tax breaks. You're actually going to write a check to the rec center and all these places,
Right.
Because you're here to just bless our town,
Right.
No, you're here to rob our town. You're here to come in. You're here to build your place,
Yes.
make as much money as possible, and then leave the taxpayers with the rest of the issues that will eventually come out of this
Right.
thing.
So here's another thing. So what is the town's benefit? So here, same developer.
no town benefit.
Well, wait a minute. There's the same guy who was I was just talking about, lost $100,000 and tore down the building. There are multiple towns like Franklin, New Hampshire, Bristol, up near Berlin. I don't know the town, but these towns have literally given him buildings that were like on Water Street in Claremont, like that were dilapidated. The town has given them to him for nothing, so that he goes in and he rehabs them and builds these low income or whatever housings in this community. What's the benefit to the town on that, other than the tax dollars they make off the property? But if it's a tax credit thing, then is the town making?
No, because here's the thing. The other thing that they don't tell you, that's a secret till the end, is these people don't pay the same taxes we pay.
I know that.
They pay like a third.
Yes. So
you put this big building up, which should have gotten whatever revenue, like
Right.
a huge number,
Mm-hmm.
and they pay a third. So they brought in issues that now your police department have to deal with,
Yes.
your social service have to deal with, your schools have to deal with, your fire department, all these things, right?
Yes.
Medical service, all these things. So they pull from your resources. Now, if you were getting the full 100% taxes like everyone else pays,
yeah,
maybe you do benefit more, but they're not.
right.
And then the other thing, and I didn't know this building they want to put up by the airport, it's going to be septic, right?
Right.
So 90 something units, whatever. If that septic failed and those people were like, you know what, I'm not fixing it, walked away, do you know the town is legally responsible to find housing for those people?
Really?
I didn't know this until the woman in charge of those planning zoning told me that they would be on the hook for it. And I was
Wow.
like, wait, what?
That's not right.
No.
Because for one, that's the thing people don't understand. Like when people talk about Trump's bankruptcies, they don't talk
Right.
about Walmart's 150 they've done, because that's what they do. But that's wrong to me, because if one of my LLC properties go down, it doesn't affect me because I have an EIN number.
Yes.
And I have credit built on that EIN number.
Right.
So if I turn around and walk, like you just said,
Yes.
something happens to build it, the town's going to pay for that, but the guy gets to walk away with it.
Right. You have 10 shields, 20, 30, 50 shields in front of you.
Yeah, like it's never getting to you.
Losing one EIN, one business is nothing.
No, because you just do it over and over again.
Correct. You already have another X amount of businesses.
Yeah, and it's just like building personal. It's super easy.
I was shocked when she said that. I was like, yeah, and don't get me wrong. Like, my mother-in-law lives on Spring Street. Like, she's a good tenant. She pays her rent. She's
Yeah.
nice place. But I was like, here's the thing. They did the mill building was 70 units, and then Spring Street was 42. That's 100 and... Why am I running? 100 and what, 12?
Yes.
Sorry.
You are correct. 112.
Yes.
70 and 42 is 112. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So 112 units in the course of 18 months. This
That's
town's
a-
never had growth like that.
That's
In
I
my
know, that's what I
lifetime.
mean. It's
But now they're adding 55 more on Cross Street.
yes, I saw
They're
that.
still trying to do the 92 unit of senior housing, but technically only like 2/3, I think it is, has to be senior housing. There's a
Right.
number. So they're adding all this housing to Newport. And you
Right.
said things like that. Bristol, Franklin,
Yes.
Berlin,
Yes.
Claremont,
Yes.
Newport. What's the common denominator?
Poor cities.
Poor cities.
High tax.
Why do
poor.
why do they come in why do they come in these poor communities?
Because the low income works there.
Exactly, because
Like, they're
no
not- they're-
town with money would let them in.
Well, they're not going to build in Hanover.
No.
Or Norwich, Vermont, or
But they would never be allowed anyways.
right. But even if they did, they wouldn't make any money.
Right. Well, people could move there, but,
I mean, people could move there, but boy,
but think about it, the common denominator is they exploit poor towns.
Yes. All right, so that's fair.
Yeah.
So
I didn't think we were going to talk so much housing today, but
no. So I have a question for you. Actually, how much do you know about current use?
fair amount.
Fair amount. So my buddy Rob, who loves our show, by the way, I keep forgetting to send you all the great things every day. After like 10 minutes after the show ends, he messages me like, and he thinks we're getting better and better. So thank you, Rob. Appreciate that. He is a big proponent of the current use tax breaks.
Yes.
There's a guy in Claremont that I respect, kinda. I think he's business smart. Like, I don't like how he does everything, but he is trying to get rid of current use because he said it would lower a big reason. These guys are paying a very small percentage of taxes versus what the normal person is paying, right? But they don't have to. So I guess the reason for current use, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, is to stop development in the rural areas is the main reason. But a huge benefit for me as a hunter, if it's full current use top tier, where they're getting like a 60% tax break on their property, which is huge.
They can't post their property.
They can't post their property.
Correct.
But at like 55%, they can still post their property and just not have no development on it. So they can still keep the access off from the So my argument to him was it should be all or nothing. Right,
Yeah.
like it should be full current use
Correct.
or nothing at all. You don't get it.
Right.
Because the tax bills, that's 60% on every home that's like in North Newport that owns like 12 acres or more. And
Yeah, 'cause I think you have to have at least 5 acres.
yeah, whatever. Each town's
and
different.
It's only on land.
Yes.
So like Bill Ruger Jr. he's a very smart man.
Yes.
And he had his property broken up into lots of little smaller lots to where he was taxed.
Yes.
He had a lot of incurrent use things.
Yes.
So here's the thing on incurrent use, which my dad's telling me for a while, like you should do it here because I have 28 acres.
You should do it.
Because first of all, the land value is not as valuable as land and a house together, you know?
Right.
So if I was like to subdivide the property, so like the land isn't worth as much.
Right.
Land's worth more now than it used to be, but it's
Right.
still not.
Well,
know.
you can count it if your house is on it, right?
Correct. You can. You have
Okay,
to-
that's what I'm saying.
You
So-
just you'll divide it basically on your map or whatever.
Right.
So they'll tax you at the normal rate up here, and then the incurrent use rate is a lot lower.
Right.
The only downside is if you ever pull it out of incurrent use, you have to pay back taxes.
Okay. So what my friend Francis is saying is it'd be like the Sunapee effect with the lake houses. If they got rid of current use altogether, then it would lower everyone's taxes because there'd be so much more tax income coming in.
But is there that much incurrent use in Claremont?
Probably not in Claremont. I mean,
But then you have to value what land is worth, because if you have land that's
it'd be a lot more in Leominster,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because it's very rural,
But I thought incurrent use was a state thing, not a town thing.
and that may be, but you have to register with the town.
Yeah, but the town does all the deed stuff, so
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I guess I don't know enough. Maybe we should have Rob on and explain it sometime. Maybe I'll understand it better.
yeah, because I know a little bit about. My dad always talked about it, and I know if you take, I didn't know if there was different percentages or whatever. But
There's different tiers, and it gets you different
yeah,
percentages.
because I knew you couldn't if you were top. Like I guess if you're top tier, then you couldn't post your land, and then it was because they're giving you such a tax break.
Right.
It's now become
It should be open to the public. Like
Yeah,
you can
right.
you can put up safety zones.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like you could whatever the safe zone
Yeah.
around your house so people aren't walking
Of
through your
course.
yard is that.
Right.
But people would have the right to hike it and fish it and hunt it and
Right.
all those normal stuff.
because the state of New Hampshire loves that.
And you can still kick a person off. So if you got a jerk out there puts up a stand without telling you,
Right.
and is leaving his trash on your property, or someone's driving out on your property with their four-wheel drive, you can
Right.
be like, hey, you're not allowed here anymore, and
Gotcha.
that's it. Right? Like you still have that right.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't stop you from getting people off your land.
I mean, they said for years, like Corbin Park,
Yeah.
26,000 acres, all in current use,
Yeah.
30 millionaires own it all.
Yes.
The state's been after them for years because they want the more tax money out of it, right?
Right.
But at the same time, like it's something preserved that if they're not there, it would do some stuff to this area that, yeah, sure, you'd be like, oh, the tax revenue, yeah, that's great.
Right.
But then if you developed it, this place goes from, little towns to, New York City kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? It's going to explode, or
Right.
could. It might take a lot of time, but 26,000 acres is a full town, a full.
Oh, Corbin Park is huge.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I've been around the whole thing multiple times.
it's huge. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, I used to work inside there on the jail program when I was young. Like, just saying, it's quite the place.
It is a really cool place.
I wish it was open to the public somehow because that's an awful lot of land, but I don't know what they can and can't do with it.
Yeah, it's like you can hunt via one of the members. It's so different than it used to be because they used to be actual like hunters.
Yeah, and you can't just buy a you have to be one of the owners, and even then, there's a whole criteria now.
Yes.
Like you can't just like say one of the owners gets out and they need to find the next person. It has to be voted in by the other.
Yes,
Like
and so the person that sells it can sell it for whatever they want.
Yeah.
They could give it to you. They can
Right.
sell it. However, you have to have enough money to pay their dues a year, and they have to, they do a financial background, everything now.
Yes.
Which is completely different than what it used to be.
Right.
Used to be you'd buy in, which is a high buy in.
Right.
The seats didn't never come up, like
Right.
very, very rarely.
Right.
But they were real hunters too. Now it's
Yeah.
more of a party club for
Oh
drunk rich
yeah,
people.
it's not hunting. I wouldn't hunt it. I wouldn't hunt it because they're literally going in and chasing the animals off the feeders in front of the people in their stands type thing.
Where they're
It's-
not-
It's entertaining
Right.
the rich. It's target practice
Exactly what it
basically.
is.
Like
It's not. You're not supposed to
I
hunt
would
in the
love to-
feedlots, but they do.
yes, I would love the fish in there. But yeah,
You could. You just have to run a helicopter.
yeah.
Even though the ponds are in there, lakes are in
Yeah.
there, whatever ponds, you can't. It's still owned by the state of New Hampshire.
Yeah.
All water.
Well, it used to be owned just by a guy in North Newport.
Corbin.
Yes, but he used to be he started Wells Fargo Bank. Yes.
No, sure.
Yeah, he died in his driveway in his horse and carriage. Him and his driver and his son inherited everything. He was the owner of Wells Fargo Bank at the time and other big businesses. His son took it over and lost it all in his generation.
Wow, I didn't know any of that stuff.
That's how Corbin Park ended up getting. His sons had to sell it off, and then a group of people bought it. So yeah, it's a whole story.
So it must have been after Austin Corbin.
Maybe, or maybe he was in with Austin Corbin.
Maybe.
Maybe. I just know there's only like one or two owners at one
Right.
time originally.
Yes, it
And
was
then-
one originally. It was Corbin. It
Yeah.
was Corbin Park, but there's things where how he took the land. Like the dude was not a good guy.
Right.
He's has a history in this town, and I guess most people look at it in a you don't negatively look at it, but if you really look at the story, you should.
Yeah.
It's not a great story, but yeah, no, it's interesting stuff. Like I don't know, just the state of New Hampshire needs to find another way to raise taxes, not just robbing poor tax towns.
Well, we need to start running these towns as businesses.
Yeah,
I keep saying that I don't understand why. Kind of like Trump running the government as a business. Like we should be doing. Like why are we? The Newport garage thing blew my mind. The whole time I'm watching you guys argue and debate over this thing. Why didn't you guys? Because they didn't want to build the garage because it would be a more tax burden to the people, right? But why not build a garage big enough where you can rent out half the space to business owners
Right.
to pay the tax bill and the cost of building it?
that's the one thing that irritates me so much about.
And when it's paid off, the town now has that revenue.
Yeah,
I just don't understand.
I don't. So, what gets me, I can only speak to Newport.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
I've seen a lot of stuff happen in Claremont, but I can't speak to it because I'm not that versed with it. But I'm very versed with Newport. So, Newport likes to do what I'm sure most towns do, is they'll pit the town, as in like the town government,
Yes.
versus the school district.
Yes.
And it's like the Republicans and the Democrats.
Yeah.
And they fight amongst each other, and they try to make each other the villain in the story.
Mm-hmm.
What irritated me the most about that is, and I would say it all the time, like, It's my pocket that you're robbing from. It's just a matter, is it my left pocket or my right pocket?
This is right.
It's all my money as a taxpayer.
Right.
Yet you guys play games which cost us more money.
Right.
And I'm like, every one of you should be fired.
Right.
Every one of you should lose your positions. You should be gone because you are just using our tax money. You're pitting each other against each other. It's the same tax money. It's the same town.
Right.
It's not like you live in a different town like Grantham and Newport are fighting over something.
Right.
That's different.
Well, right now, Kevin O'Nella is
Yeah.
fighting with the town of Leominster over this Class 6 road. He's saying it's a road he built, and then the towns will say, well, no, it's a Class 6 road. It's easily documented. As a citizen, we are spending, so he's won the lawsuit at the low level because the windmills.
Yeah.
Right, they've kind of protect him because he had to gate it, protect the public from
Right.
loophole. I like Kevin, no nonsense guy. The problem is what's going on is Phil Terrell, the old selectman, and Kevin O'Nella don't like each other, and it's a ego thing going on, really.
Yeah.
Because my opinion, first, they could have solved the whole issue. We wouldn't be spending these maybe $1 million by now. It's getting astronomical. It's been going on for like 4 or 5 years, court. The select board could have just went to Kevin. He's a reasonable guy and made it a win-win. You let us use this road for our four-wheeling access and blah, blah. We'll pay. We could have paid him the money that we're going to spend in taxpayer money, and he would have taken and opened up the road, right? But on the other side of that, I think all Class 6 roads should be open to the public. I don't think he should be able to own them. He bought the land knowing it was a Class 6 road there.
Yeah, so I got involved in this not on purpose.
Okay.
Someone was saying something. It might have been that Phil guy. I don't know.
Yep.
And I just commented.
You did. I saw a comment.
And I was like, listen, the Anellas are really good people.
They are.
I know Kevin. I know they do a lot of things for the community too.
Yes.
And I know a lot of things they do that
people
other
don't
know about.
Yes, I agree 100%.
And I love Kevin. I've always liked Kevin.
Me too.
And so, and then this lady said, well, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, listen, dude, I was just calling about
What kind of person?
yeah.
Yes.
I don't know nothing about this. However, Corey had commented and said that Kevin's been paying taxes on that property for years.
Right.
So if Kevin's been paying taxes on the road, then it ain't the town's. Or they need to give him his tax money back because you're not taxed on a Class 6 road. A Class 6 road is property of the town.
Right.
It's just not, like out in Croydon. Go up Croydon Brook Road or Croydon Turnpike.
Right.
You can go all the way to Lebanon technically through there.
Right.
Well, you still too.
Yes.
Goes up in the old
I
old
gotcha.
farms
Yeah.
and all that. So that technically is owned by, the Croydon part's owned by the town of Croydon.
Right.
It's a non-maintained road.
Right.
So for four-wheeling and all that, whatever.
Yeah.
But my only thing on that was, like, if he pays taxes on that strip of property,
Right.
it is not property of Leominster's then. It is property of Kevin O'Neller, which means he has full rights to it. Now, if he's not paying taxes on that strip,
Right.
then it ain't technically his.
It's like 5 acres total, the road, if you took the whole 3.7 miles. And
That's a long road. Holy crap.
yeah, it goes way up. But so, again, I really like Kevin.
Yeah.
Like, we don't agree on everything, but
Yeah.
that's just who. But he's a very reasonable, honest, generous guy.
Yeah.
100%. My thing is, though, the road didn't disappear. Because what his argument right now is, that's the road his grandfather and him built,
Yeah.
right? But there is, from 1800s, documentation of Bean Mountain Road going up. The road didn't disappear. So where is it? The other side of that is, you're not allowed to improve a road without select board permission if it's on your Class 6 on your. That's a violation.
Right.
So I'm so torn on it because, again, as a hunter and outdoorsman, I appreciate Class 6 access.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just do. That may be selfish, sure, I'll own that. I'm just saying. I just think if it's the towns, everyone should be able to use it. That's
Right.
all. But I also understand his side of it. And again, the real thing to me is it could have worked out for everyone.
Right.
If Phil and him just didn't have that. Like, if someone just would have went to him and been like, hey, this is what we want to do.
Right.
Like we're going to spend this much money fighting this for years, blah, blah. I mean, they don't know that at the time. But instead, we will maintain it. We will give you a certain
Right.
fee of the AT club's money, whatever it is,
Yeah.
right? Like, I think he would have opened it up because he doesn't stop the hunting up there.
Right.
Like, he lets people, and anyone who asks, he allows them to hike on his land. Like,
Right.
all he does, like, just get a hold of me. And like, I've never seen him deny anybody access ever,
Right.
except for my son-in-law being a ding ding and riding up there on his dirt bike. But that's a whole different story.
So obviously Kevin benefited from the windmills, but didn't the town of Leominster benefit highly from the windmills?
Yes, the town of Leominster. So, from my knowledge, and I know it's accurate because I heard it right from the person, Kevin makes 6 figures off those windmills every year, but the town also gets a break of pretty close to that size, tax break off our taxes.
So realistically, the town would be better to not just drop the whole thing because you're benefiting.
Well,
from
here's
it.
the thing: if they drop it now, we're going to have to pay all that money that we've wasted in the lawsuits. So right now, Kevin's had to put up all the money for the lawsuit per se.
Well, on his
But,
side, yeah.
And when he won, the next thing is he gets to sue for the money.
Oh yeah,
Right. And like he said, he even said it, it's a lose-lose for everybody at this point.
correct. Because he's still paying some of that money back to himself in
Right,
taxes.
right. So it's just,
Well, it's like this is the thing that irritates me. When it comes to litigation, it's all a secret,
yes,
and that should not be the case.
right,
So many people in town probably didn't even know anything about it
right,
or any clue of how much the town's spending
right,
because it's a secret.
right.
Well, the townspeople should have a right to decide if you want to spend $1 million of taxpayers' money to fight something, or if they're like, no, we're not. You're not
Right.
wasting our tax money.
Right.
Like Newport.
Well, we should have a say for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Newport. I didn't know this until recently, like recently in the last couple of years. Do you know the Newport Health Center pays 0 taxes in the town of Newport?
Really?
And the town of Newport's been suing them for years, but either don't get anywhere or they lose because they're like, we're a nonprofit. You're a nonprofit? Yeah, like Dartmouth Hospital is technically nonprofit.
Yeah, I know.
You're
The
the-
doctors aren't getting paid.
You're a nonprofit, but you're able to put a $50 million addition on, and then another one, and another one, and another
Right.
one.
Loopholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a lot of that stuff. I mean, I can name a building in Claremont, same thing, pays no taxes because, yeah, which is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
I won't go down that rabbit hole, though.
Yeah. So this is great. I haven't got to anything on my list here.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's good. This will either be people like that was the best show or the worst show ever.
Right.
Either way, yeah, it is what it is. So the best news I have for the whole day
Yeah.
is, and I was looking at this, Sunday, the clocks go forward an hour.
Yes.
That is the greatest thing ever.
And I saw a 60-degree day in the forecast.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
I was messaging my friend Udelki, and she's like, "Oh, you gotta do your show in like a half hour." I'm like, "Nah, it's actually an hour and a half." I was like, "We're still on that stupid. We're an hour behind you."
Mm-hmm.
So, in 2 weeks when I'm in Dominican, next week, it'll be a week from Monday. I'll actually be on the same time
Okay.
because that's tough because they're ahead,
Yeah.
and it just messes things. It doesn't mess up things with me mentally. It's only an hour.
Right.
A couple hours out kind of started to mess with you, but it's harder. Like, it was actually kind of nice in one way because if I was up at 8 there and my guys are starting work, like it was good. But
Right.
it will be finally on the same time thing. Plus, instead of what is it, like 5 o'clock when it gets dark now?
Yeah, I'm about
About that.
6. Almost 6.
Yeah, it's gonna we're gonna gain a whole other hour.
Yeah.
I thought they were doing away with the stupid daylight savings time, but
We-
not daylight, the winter one, the fallback thing.
We should have done this so long ago because there's no point in it.
Arizona has never done this. You realize that?
Yeah, yeah.
And then like the Caribbean countries don't.
I was going
do
to
it.
say there's a lot of places in the
Yeah.
world that just
Right.
because it's silly.
It's dumb.
Like, what do we even?
It's an old farmer's thing.
Yeah, it's just, and that's what we do sometimes in this country. We get stuck in our tradition. Like the school system hasn't changed in 100 years,
Right.
which is crazy to me with today's technology.
Right. It's gone down.
But I agree with you. Like that's what it's just. It's okay to change.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. If they just left it the way it's going to be
Right.
all year, everyone would be happier.
Yes.
Like,
And then it's like a government decision. It's got to go through like Congress or something.
yeah, I know. Like
Are you kidding me?
Trump should just write an executive order.
Yeah.
honestly.
You know, though, we would, for the next 3 years, we would not do it anymore, right?
And then it would go as soon as...
And then the next idiot would come in and say, I think we should do 2 hours.
Yeah, and then you're right.
I'm so anti-Trump, I'm going to do 2 hours.
Right, yeah, we're going to show that.
We'll really show you.
You're right.
Like,
I can see that 100%.
it's so dumb.
It is. It's the worst thing ever, honestly. But
It's so dumb. All right, I want to say something because it's funny.
Okay.
It's a Trump thing. It's about Iran. We didn't get into that much today. We'll get into it on Monday's show. But so a reporter says, so who takes over now that the supreme leader is dead? And Trump says, I don't know. I guess the position's open. I'm creating jobs in Iran too.
that's awesome.
Did you see that? So they kill that guy,
Yeah.
and then the guy that took over for him, he was. I think it was Sunday morning. They said he was going to be the new leader.
Yeah.
And later that afternoon, he was dead.
Yes, right off. Yeah, Trump's like, I don't like that. To give it to him too.
That's got to be the position you don't want right now. Out of anything in the world right now, the position you
Right.
don't want is to be the person in charge
There is
of Iran.
There is a four running person that Trump is on the fence about. Actually, he's like, I don't know. We'll see. I can't think of his name right now, but I'll check it out and send it. Like the guy did a whole speech. Trump's like, I like some of his things, but not all of them.
Things are getting crazy. They sent a bomb. They sent a missile into Turkey today, or yesterday. Recently.
Yeah.
Because I saw it on the thing. Supposedly it was to hit a U.S. base or whatever, but Turkey's like, now they're pissed off. Like, think about it. You got two people and you're fighting,
Right.
and then all of a sudden you're the one person that then you just start making everyone around you mad, so that everyone starts fighting
Right.
with you.
Right. You just start swinging at everyone.
Like Jon Stewart, as liberal can be.
Yes.
And he's like, "Are you stupid?" Although I would give John a lot of credit because he said a lot of smart things. He's not super leftist nut job either.
Right.
But he's like, you're in a fight with two people, and you're one of those people, and you decide to just make everyone around you mad, so they all want to beat on you now.
Right. Right. Now everyone wants a piece. Right.
Like,
Yeah. You just yeah.
that is the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah. I tell you, North Korea's not far behind.
We don't. Let's not go down that road.
Okay. I'm just saying.
So we hope you have a great weekend. It's finally getting warmer, and then when we talk to you on Monday, we'll finally have an hour back of daylight.
Yeah. Which would be amazing.
Praise God, that's the greatest thing ever. All right, God bless you guys, and we will talk to you on Monday.
Later.
See ya.